guarantees him at least the silver medal in this, the first half of the men's 105 kilo championship of the world. Completely contrasting fortunes for the two Polish lifters. Marcin Dowenga bombing out, BONK making every lift a good one. Once again, very good afternoon. Michaela Breeze together with myself, David Goldstrom, and we're still not done with the snatch competition as Ruslan NURUDINOV, representing Uzbekistan, comes onto the stage. You see this performance here from Bartlomiej BONK.
Ruslan NURUDINOV, Uzbekistan.
Formerly from Russia, but 5 years ago made the journey to Uzbekistan. And 190 kilos on the bar. If he makes the first attempt, he wins the snatch gold. Puts BONK down to second place. Two more attempts. Well, you've got to do the lifts, Michaela.
That's it, you can just see he's signalling to the coaches what he did wrong, threw his shoulders back, too much in the upper body, sits very low at the start, hands very close as well. For a lift of this, that's where I have my hands. He's significantly taller than I am.
Well, he's got 2 minutes, a little less than that now to follow himself, so it gives me an opportunity to just bring you up to date with the state of play. Bartlomiej BONK, Olympic bronze medalist for Poland at the London Olympic Games. 3 terrific lifts, 188, he leads the way. Ahead of Belarus's Ale Luban, 182. So he's got a 6 kilo advantage over the man in second place. And in third, it's the Ecuadorian who got the 182 on his third attempt. That's Jorge David ARROYO VALDEZ in third place by virtue, as you saw a few moments ago, because of his heavier body weight. So 2 attempts to go, and there the unhappy name of Marcin Dowenga, triple world champion, but can only go for the clean and jerk. So the situation is exactly the same here, Michaela. If this man produces a good lift here, second attempt at 190, he gets the gold and takes a 2 kilo advantage over Bartlomiej BONK. Weighed in at 104.54. He's heavier than Bartlomiej BONK, but the 2 kilos would be the important difference.
That was better.
Good enough to get the gold medal in the first half of the competition. Bartlomiej BONK drops to silver medal position, and Ale Luban for Belarus to third, and off the podium goes Jorge David ARROYO VALDEZ.
It's a lot more solid overhead, wasn't it, David? But you know, the step forwards there, the failure behind on the last one, I'm putting that down a lot to his hand positioning. Pleased with that, puts himself right up into gold medal position.
And of course, he's now got the opportunity to try and build a cushion of advantage. As you see in the warm-up room, Bartlomiej BONK already beginning his warm-up for the clean and jerk.
These lifters will only have about 10 minutes between the snatch and the clean and jerk, and with the weights that have been posted to start on, they're very close. All of the lifters are going to have to warm up together.
When the opening attempts were posted, very tight situation, just 15 kilos separating the whole field. And it's very much the same in the clean and jerk, so every lift really counting. At the moment, 10 competitors, so 30 lifts in all, and 13 of those have been missed. So the good lifts have just won the day here, but only just. So Opole, that's the little city that Bartlomiej BONK comes from. All of Poland's hopes pinned on him, but
NURUDINOV Uzbekistan.
talking to my Russian colleague Dmitry Tchaikovsky, who's alongside commentating for NTV Plus from Russia, he was saying that this is the man that we really have to respect. Posted 225 for his opening attempt on the clean and jerk, which is the biggest weight. So if he can get the advantage here, remember he's got 190, he's going for an extra 5 kilos. This would give him a 7 kilo lead over BONK of Poland. And that would be useful. It's not 7, it's 2, and it's still a very tight affair. So, all these Polish fans in here, some 4,000 of them, they know that the game is still on, Michaela.
Yes, it is. He doesn't look too worried. I mean, he does have the biggest weight posted for the clean and jerk to start on, but you know what? Anything's possible in this game. And BONK really is in great shape.
But only 2 lifters in the first half of the competition, completing 3 out of 3. BONK and the Latvian Plesniek, who produced 3 good snatches, I have to say, but is down in 6th place with only 178 kilos. So as you said, Michaela, less than 10 minutes, in fact 9.5 minutes now. This is the situation. NURUDINOV only 1 out of 3, but that was good enough to earn the gold. 2 kilo advantage over BONK. Then Ale Loban there, down another 6 kilos before you come to the Cuban, also on 182 kilos. Clean and jerk, competition of 2 different divisions here. NURUDINOV and BONK vying for gold and silver. Loban and VALDEZ vying for the bronze medal.
Very disappointing for VALDEZ there. He's only lost the bronze medal by virtue of 0.02 body weight. It really was very close.
Yeah, but that's very much the name of the game. I think the 2 outstanding men for me, maybe we'll talk about them in a moment, Lu Zhaojun and the Russian Apti Arkadov of Russia, taking the 85 kilo competition. Just a reminder that we have the final competition of this World Championships event here in Poland, and it's the super heavyweights, which kick off at 4 o'clock local time, which is just about 2 hours from now.
Oczywiście zobaczymy jeszcze dzisiaj Polaków o 16:00.
205 kilos on the bar for Cuba's Jorge David ARROYO VALDEZ, the first lift in the clean and jerk. Well, that secures the total. Now, in the B group earlier today, or I should say actually yesterday it took place, David KAVELASVILI of Greece totaled up 382 kilos. And that achievement there by this man has put him into the lead.
And he hasn't had long to warm up for the clean and jerk, has he? 10-minute break between snatch and jerk, and he was one of the last lifters out on the snatch, only just missing out on that bronze medal by 0.02 kilos body weight.
Yeah, he's the overall leader, but still second in the clean and jerk, because the best clean and jerk that was produced by the Greek lifter from the B group, 210 kilos. And of course, ARROYO just missing out on the medal by virtue of heavier body weight in the opening snatch section of the competition. And also some disappointing news for the fans of Marcin Dawenga, absolutely shattered by the 3 failures at 185 in the snatch. The triple world champion calling it a day at half-time. And maybe that's a sad decision for us, but maybe the right decision for him.
Yeah, it's very disappointing in front of your home crowd.
Just his head just didn't seem to be at all in the right place.
He looked very tired to me, David. He looked like he hadn't fully recovered, whether that's other things going on or if he didn't quite time his training preparation correctly, I don't know.
Kia GHADAMI, first of the two Iranians.
Very slow off the floor. Managed to get some acceleration through the middle, but had to work so hard to stand up. In contrast, very strong overhead.
Well, he only made 1 out of 3 in the first half of the competition. So he gets the 210 to add to the 173 to take him to 383. So second place in the clean and jerk, second place overall. But the Iranians have really got to sort themselves out. It's really disappointing for us, and I guess for all the Iranian fans, that their top men are just not here because of this internal dispute between the 5 top lifters and the coach.
Disappointing. The politics can ruin sport yet again. Don't think things are ever going to change in that respect.
Well, I mean, apparently the dispute isn't about Bagheri's training methods. It's the other stuff, the personality stuff, which isn't gelling. But whatever it is, they've got to sort it. MOMINBEKOV now representing Kazakhstan. 10th place, right at the bottom of the table at the end of the first half. 210 on the bar for him as well. Well, it's rough around the edges, but 3 white lights at the end of it all. Takes him to 382.
Goes up, Bartlomiej.
Again, dropping under very quickly as the bar's still travelling up.
Well, I'm hoping, Michaela, that you're right. That what he's doing here is taking a relatively...
And he's sticking to his game plan. Bonk's not going to put the weight on to try and do anything silly.
No.
First lift, he's going to go out there, he's going to stick to his game plan, get one in, and then...
Well, they're going to change it, aren't they? Got to. Clock's running down, as you can see. He's not going to come out now. It's all backstage where they're changing things. There you are. Just prowling around, no intentions. And the
same weight, another lifter, Jorge David VALDEZ, Ecuador. Second
Let's hope he's not going to do anything silly here.
so the bar on 210, but it's for our Ecuadorian competitor, 205. He's on 387, so this would take him to 392. Still a couple of kilos short of what he did in the Pan Americans, but his ambitions really dampened by those 2 early failures in the snatch competition in the first part.
Seriously long way for that bar to travel.
But he's done it and retains his lead in the total and moves up to the bronze medal position in the clean and jerk.
With the arms quite a lot of the way up, it's going to take speed off the bar.
BONK, by the way, has put the bar up to 215. NURUDINOV, though, still at 225 for his opener. Well, this is not right at the moment here because VALDEZ is not going to take 211. As BONK. It's quite calm, doesn't he?
He does, he's just biding his time, waiting.
ARROYO VALDEZ goes up, 212 wchodź na sztangę.
So the second of the 2 Iranians, Mohammadreza BARARI.
Islamic Republic of Iran, first attempt.
Home for him is close to the Caspian Sea. His teammate lives in the west out near Iraq. Now, Reza Barari, 8th place at the halfway stage. 176 collected in the first half of the competition. This is 212 going on the bar for him. time is okay. Well, I'm very pleased for him, Michele, because that's one ghost push away, because he had real problems in the Universiad in the clean and jerk, failed at 210 and at 211, didn't get a total, but that attempt really gets him on his way.
Just rounded his back there as he was standing up. Very strong overhead.
Well, they've yo-yoed the weights for BONK. Was going to come in at 210. Then they put it to 215, now back to 212. So 212 to try and add this to the 188. So looking for 400 here to take the outright lead in both the clean and jerk and the total. Well, he's there, and as I mentioned in the first half, Michele, all the ticket proceeds from this week going to a new foundation to help kids that have had problems at birth, including BONK's own daughter, Julia.
Right, this really was a faultless lift. Technically, great positions throughout, tremendous amount of strength, great elbow and shoulder lock. Just a small stagger there at the end.
Well, he's certainly in fighting mood. He knows the occasion. He knows what this means to the 4,000 people in the arena. And goodness gracious, how many more watching over on Polish television and hopefully on Eurosport Poland. So the first appearance of the man who took the bronze medal in the snatch phase of the competition. This is Ale Loban. Now remember, he was on 182, and so was ARROYO Valdez of Ecuador, who's already had 2 attempts. He's got a total of 392. Now it was body weight that decided who got bronze and who was in 4th. And Loban coming in here at 215.
Body just buckled underneath that bar as he dipped. You see there was a bit of a shake going right the way through the body. Just timed it.
Because we mustn't forget that there are still other lifters out there who can really get involved. No less a man than David BEDZHANYAN of Russia, who didn't have a great series in the first part, but is much stronger in the clean and jerk.
That's right, he's only 2 kilos down as well after the snatch. He's definitely still to play for the medals.
Well, he's 2 down on the men fighting at the moment for bronze, but he's 10 down on the first round leader and 8 down on BONK. But here comes the man, the only other man apart from Bartlomiej BONK who produced a series of 3 good attempts. Artur at PLESNIEKS, 170, 175, 178 he brings forward, and he now going for 215, first attempt, clean and jerk, representing Latvia. This is the man who had such a good series in the European Championships, but was unlucky, ended up in 4th place. He missed the bronze medal by 4 kilos, but so far he's not putting a foot wrong.
He's doing very well, and that 178 from the snatch, 3 out of 3, has really put him in good stead coming into the clean and jerk. Starts his feet very close together, very dynamic, just rotating slightly, that's okay. Bit of an arch in the back there, compensating with good shoulder flexibility.
Goes up to 393, puts him in 2nd place overall at the moment, and now this Kazakh contender who hasn't been on a competitive platform for the best part of 7.5 years. And that was just never in his mind there. Now he got 210, but that was a failure at 215, and it doesn't bode well for the 3rd attempt.
It takes a very strong lifter to come back out and give it a go after having deadlifted it. It's a psychological problem, not physical.
So still to start, David BEDZHANYAN for Russia, 5th at the halfway stage. When the bar cut gets to 220, that's when he'll appear. And Ruslan NURUDINOV, already the gold medal from the snatch, 225 is scheduled to be his opening attempt.
Well, they're changing the bar here, David. I've never seen this happen in competition before. Not sure why.
Yeah, that is extraordinary. I wasn't aware of anything wrong with it.
There may not be anything wrong with it. It may just be one lifter's said something, and just as a precaution, they're changing it. They obviously don't have time to do any tests or anything right now.
Well, the technical controllers looking on.
215 kilograms stojący bar, Belarus. Second attempt, drugie podejście. Jorge, David, ARROYO, VALDEZ, be ready.
Moira Lassen from Canada was the technical controller watching that, so presuming it's all legit and there's a good reason for it. Try and find that out afterwards, because that doesn't happen very often. I can't actually remember seeing that happen, to be honest.
I've never seen it.
So Loban, 215 kilos. 2nd attempt for the Belarusian. If he doesn't make this, arguably he's out of the running. Well, many years ago, he collected 217 kilos, but we're talking about 6-7 years ago now.
It really was disappointing. Clean was very good, very strong. Jerk just trying to drive too much with the upper body, rather than driving through the bar with the legs, splitting wide enough to receive it.
Now this is pretty crucial for Jorge ARROYO from Ecuador. This would give him the lead in the clean and jerk. It would move him up to 2nd place overall. 215. The kilos loaded.
Oh, this time the clean.
He was, I have to say, he never looked actually as if he was really up for that.
Well, because the weight's on his arms, you can see as the bar passes his knees, his arms were very bent. Just mistimed it through the middle of the lift, almost weighted too high before he went for it.
It's a weight he has done actually, did it winning the Pan Americans, not this season, but last season. So Iskander MOMINBEKOV now for Kazakhstan. 3rd attempt at 215. Well, it won't do much for his overall position, but it would put him into the lead in this discipline. That is not a bad clean.
I need to find a bit more spark. These lifters are just coming out looking a little lethargic now. Probably getting a bit fatigued.
216.
Clean was not bad at all. Very strong in the legs, very strong in the back. Pushing that bar too early again.
Bartlomiej przygotowuje się.
Well, the two Iranian boys, they've got some ground to make up, but they've both got 2 attempts to do just that. And this is Kia GHADAMI, 22 years of age, 6 kilo increase to take him to 389. So again, here's an opportunity to go into the lead in the clean and jerk. Very slow.
Just to keep that on his shoulders. Strong overhead last time, but has that taken too much out of him? Yeah, he's not going to get that. Right arm is never locked.
Well, he's got one more go at it.
Zatem 216, Bartlomiej Polska, Pola, second attempt. I wszyscy tam mieli kolejne trzymanie kciuki.
Well, this is the moment where Michaela and myself have to revert to the television screen because of the fans standing up in front of us. But it is, of course, Bartlomiej BONK looking really hungry here for this. This is a 4 kilo increase, taking him to 404, consolidating, enhancing.
Let's make no mistake about this, David. There are still strong lifters to come in. He needs to try and nail all 3 lifts here.
Really had to fight for that. Come on, feet in line. Job done.
Wow, that was a lot harder. The coach is through some pressure. I always think it's worse coaching than it is lifting. At least as a lifter, you're in control. Coach, you've got no control. Watch how hard this clean was to stand up with. Overhead, technically superb. Very fast.
But what a contrast between the 2 Polish lifters. This man, absolutely ready. Now, everybody else is either in the 380s or the 390s at the moment, but I have to endorse what Michaela was said. There are 2 lifters who've yet to start that could come through and spoil the party. Now, this is a defining moment for Ale Loban. He's got a bronze medal from the first half of the competition, but he's failed 215 twice. He's bought a little time, 216 on the bar. This to stay alive. No. And what started brightly has ended disappointingly. Bombs out on the clean and jerk. And Belarus hopes have evaporated.
Well, the clean, not much wrong with that. This jerk, just not giving enough legs to it. Needs to split a bit wider, drop a bit lower to get underneath.
So Kia GHADAMI, last attempt for his challenge, representing Iran, and I'm afraid already 3 failures have really limited his aspirations. And if he gets this, well, it's going to take him to 389 kilos, which, fair enough, is 10 kilos up on what he achieved this year at the Asian Games. And And he doesn't even get that, and ends on 383, which is still 4 kilos up on what he did in the Asian Championships. But you've got to say, you know, 2 out of 6, not good enough.
No, it's not. Quite simply, these weights are burying him today.
So, by contrast, this is for 6 out of 6. And Bartlomiej BONK, who in the Olympics, clean and jerk 220, in the World Championships in 2011, 221, in the World Championships of 2010, 222. But this is what he feels is his max today. So to take himself from 404 to 406 and again enhance his command of the clean and jerk at this moment and the overall leaderboard. Well, that's the judgment call. He's got 5 out of 6. His destiny absolutely in the hands of others now. But it's not only about NURUDINOV as far as BONK's concerned, because BARARI of Iran has 2 attempts left. PLESNIEKS of Latvia has got 2 left.
Mohammadreza BARARI przygotowuje się.
Now, BEDZHANYAN coming on at 220. Now, this will, if he gets it, the first attempt here will take him straight to 400, only 4 kilos behind Bartlomiej BONK. A little gasp from the crowd, Michaela.
Yeah, you can see just how phenomenally strong he is there. The clean was no problem. The power jerk to finish. It's a really good leg drive. Fast underneath. Drove out aggressively. Driving the bar high to arm's length. And it has to be high when you're doing a power jerk. Because you see there, he did not drop very low underneath it.
Yeah, he's got a personal best of 238 kilos, which he set in 2011 in Belgorod, tiny town, very close to the Ukrainian border, and set that in the President's Cup. Next President's Cup coming up next month in Moscow. Now, BARARI, can he do what his teammate couldn't? He's on 388 and taking here a 9 kilo increase. So this would put him into 3rd place overall. Obviously the lead in the clean and jerk. And Bartlomiej BONK survives another challenge, and that's all they're thinking of in the hall here, Michaela. They're just counting them like milk bottles being knocked off the wall. Yeah, okay, he didn't make it. That's good for our guy. Can't blame them. Hometown and home advantage.
Of course, he'll be in the warm-up room now, just watching anxiously, waiting anxiously.
And so PLESNIEKS now. Now, PLESNIEKS is on 393. He's asked here for a 6 kilo increase, which will take him to 399. Now, that would keep him in 3rd place in the total, but of course he would lead the clean and jerk.
Mohammadreza BARARI ready.
PLESNIEKS, 4 out of 4 so far. He's right up with his best ever score of 222 here, just a kilo short.
That one's going to cost him.
No i także niestety podejście nie
Just sat back on that, I think, at the bottom there. As he's moving backwards, very hard to drive into the floor.
221. Well, neither BEDZHANYAN or NURUDINOV want that. So there's only one man who does, and that's BARARI. So BARARI, with this 9 kilo increase, to take him to 397, which of course would eclipse PLESNIEKS, who's currently in 3rd place. Iran yet to achieve a medal of any color at these championships. Can he stand up? Yes, he can. Now, how strong is he overhead? Well, he's delighted with the 3 white lights. He's been awarded for that, and so he should be, because that just now puts him into the medal field. He's leading in the clean and jerk. He's 3rd overall. But remember, PLESNIEKS has got one more attempt.
Latvia, Serbem, trzecie podejście. Ruslan Durudino, Uzbekistan.
PLESNIEKS, 6 kilos. That would take him to 399. So it would move him back from 4th to 3rd. It would regain the lead in the clean and jerk. Bartlomiej BONK at the moment in 3rd place in the clean and jerk. So if PLESNIEKS were to do that, BONK's chance of a medal in the clean and jerk would disappear, but he's still holding on to the overall lead with 404.
He can't finish any worse than 3rd, BONK.
No.
Fantastic achievement for the Pole.
Bronze in the Olympic Games, bronze under real pressure here at the World Championships.
You can just see BONK there in the warm-up room taking on some water, walking over to the scoreboard to see what the situation of play is.
You're right, and of course that'll be the first overall medal for Poland at these championships. We've had a long wait for it, but now let's really concentrate on this, because this is PLESNIEKS trying to go for 3rd place in the total. If he gets this, he recaptures that from BARARI of Iran. No. And just looks a little dizzy, maybe the windpipe, the bar close to the windpipe. And so, well, we have an interesting situation here, because 2 men still to start. Bartlomiej BONK in 1st place, and NURUDINOV yet to start. BEDZHANYAN yet to take his 2nd attempt.
NURUDINOV, Uzbekistan, leader after the snatch with 190. 1st attempt, pierwsze podejście. David BEDZHANYAN.
So, congratulations to Bartlomiej BONK, but we're not over yet. It's NURUDINOV now coming out on 225. Now, the situation in the clean and jerk is that BARARI's in the gold medal position. In silver is BEDZHANYAN. In 3rd is BONK. But obviously, if this man, NURUDINOV, who's already taken the gold in the first half of the competition, can add to the 190 here with this 225, BONK will lose the bronze in the clean and jerk. And he would drop to silver medal position in the overall. And this time, in this half of the competition, the Uzbek doesn't make a mistake.
Well, he looks like he's just playing out there today, David. Tremendous leg strength. Dropped under that clean with ease, but stood up like it was an empty bar.
But where I'm interested, as you look at this, is he's a 230 man at best. BEDZHANYAN may be able to go further. But BEDZHANYAN on stage 225. So currently in third place. Absolute gasp, and that takes him up into second place in the clean and jerk, second place overall. BONK goes down to third, but he can't drop any lower. So Bartlomiej BONK, who has a little bit of a habit, he finished third in the European Championships in 2011, third in the Olympics in 2012, and he's third, or going to be awarded the bronze medal overall for the World Championships. BEDZHANYAN, it's BEDZHANYAN versus NURUDINOV here, and there are 10 kilos separating them, as there were at the halfway stage. But the advantage is all NURUDINOV's, because he has 2 attempts. BEDZHANYAN only has 1.
Well, BEDZHANYAN's gone for it. He's put on the bar 236 for his third and final attempt. That's hoping that we don't see any heavier weights being lifted by this man in picture now.
236 is actually only 2 kilos short of his own clean and jerk world record, David BEDZHANYAN. And this 230 here for NURUDINOV. He did this in the Asian Championships this year. Had a really good sequence there, 5 out of 6. But he's right on the mark now.
Well, this really will secure the gold overall.
Staggers a little, but he does it in the end. And goes to 420, 15 kilos ahead of BEDZHANYAN.
Surely BEDZHANYAN's going to bring his weight down to 231 now to try and clinch gold on the jerk.
That would be the sensible thing to do, because where he's missed out really is in that first part. Okay, when he had those 2 failures at 180 and 185. But this man, he's only made 3 lifts. Well, he's going. David BEDZHANYAN has decided to go for a clean and jerk world record of 241. Now, that's 16 kilos up. That's because he's heavier than NURUDINOV, and he's going to try to go for the overall championship by virtue of breaking his world record, and then NURUDINOV would have to counter-attack. But before all that happens, NURUDINOV's going to come out at 235 and just surely make that so impossible. If NURUDINOV makes this lift, then BEDZHANYAN just needs to lower his sights and maybe go for a clean and jerk.
Can't see BEDZHANYAN getting anywhere close to that 241 based on the 225. He might have a chance of cleaning it, but the jerk, I think, would have been seriously hard.
There he is, BEDZHANYAN, 25 years of age. Same little village as the great Andrei Chemurkin, the Russian super heavyweight of the 90s.
Chodzi o budowę ciała.
No i trudno koniec nerwów na dzisiaj. Do następnych zawodów.
Dlatego bardzo proszę teraz, pokażmy siłę. Panowie, jak najgłośniej dla Bartlomieja.
Well, if NURUDINOV, remember NURUDINOV here has put it up 5 kilos, Michaela. This is 5 kilos above anything he's ever done. So, you know, he's asking himself quite a big question here. And if he fails it, then BEDZHANYAN's going to have a go, isn't he? You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think...
You think they're game playing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, NURUDINOV in gold, BEDZHANYAN in silver, BONK assured of the bronze.
What a way to finish.
Just incredible.
Jest wiatr. Podejście zaliczone. 425 swoje. No i zobaczymy, czy Dawid BEDZHANYAN za chwilę zaatakuje rekord świata w podrzucie. Własny rekord. 236, nie? To już taktyka. Atak na pierwsze
Well, he's done the sensible thing as David BEDZHANYAN. He's put it down to 236. He knows that he cannot take the overall victory, so he's trying to console himself with an attempt at a gold medal on the jerk.
To są absolutnie kosmiczne ciężary.
Power jerk or squat jerk?
Not to be. And so at the end of the 105 kilo championship, it is NURUDINOV with 190 and 235 who takes the spoils with a total of 425 kilos. Representing Uzbekistan, BEDZHANYAN on 405, Bartlomiej BONK on 404. And just having a look at the 425 kilos in the context of past competitions, that actually is the third highest total achieved in winning a world title. Akayev Kajimurat, who won it in Paris, 430, and way back Dennis Godfried in 1999 in the World Championships of Athens, also 430. But there are the results of the clean and jerk there. Ruslan NURUDINOV actually taking all 3 medals, but that's a really good set there. 225, 230, 235. BEDZHANYAN only 2 out of 3 in the clean and jerk. BARARI getting Iran's first medal of these championships, taking the bronze. So that's some consolation for the Iranians. But as far